Okay, I think technology is amoral. It does not decide what's good or what's wrong. It's just a medium.
Amplifies.
But the real question is, or rather, the underlying issue here for me is, again, if you're having like such social quote revolution, though it may not count as revolution yet, but that sense of social unrest, they're demanding things that are not going to be given to them on a silver platter, or we're demanding things that we know we're not just going to be given directly with ease. And so I think it involves that bit of really looking and deciding, is it the things that we're doing when you go to protest, there's a risk tied with it, and you many people are making the judgment that, hey, it's worth me getting injured.
It's really dying.
It's worth me dying.
Yeah,
and most tough decisions often come from that point of there's something that you're risking.
Yeah,
to get there.
I think you're saying the responsibility lies on the individual.
I think where rubber meets the road is the skin in the game part. When now you are called upon, okay, you've seen these things, and you actually have to go to the ground, and you actually have to go and protest, or you actually have to do the good work, and this may be like even a calling card for tech bros and people of goodwill. How can we actually build something? Okay, yeah, time. But as I wrap up, maybe like it's a calling card for, can we really take these conversations and do the hard work behind it that it takes? If you're a tech bro, can we come together? Can we build some open source project that is gonna have a lasting change? And there are guys who are already doing it in certain spaces, like, so I think for me, that's where really lasting change is gonna eventually come out of.
That was a really good conversation, actually, but I know time has gone off. I don't know if this is a separate topic, but still in line.
It's still the same. We can even do 5 minutes maybe.
Okay, add 5 minutes to the timer.
5 minutes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 5 or 10, but it should be quick.
5.
I think.
5.
Okay.
5. All right, we were gonna get into the Mjanga. This was just inspiring the conversation we're about to have, but we saw that citizens of Kenya were able to, for medical bills alone, Kenyans raised over $155,000. That's 20 million Kenyan shillings in less than a week. Dominique, when we were speaking, you had said that 30 million as of today. Mjanga is basically a platform that people use to, what's Changa in Kiswahili? In English?
Contribute
funds together for a particular cause. It's almost like you were saying a baby version of GoFundMe. But we were curious to talk about the business side of it. There were complaints that, again, on X, we were seeing people saying that, yes, we were raising all this money, but the profit that Mjanga is taking home from this, the transaction cost is a bit high. People worried about, is this actually cost effective, or should we be using other platforms? And I think when we're talking to Evans, I think this would be really good for you to chime in, given your experience working at Chums, which almost offers a similar service. How Kenyans are able to monetize, digital products like these, and wanted to know what you guys think there.
Yeah, I think looking at the numbers that Mjanga hit really goes to show you the power of software. The biggest advantage that software has over any other product is distribution.
Scale.
The fact that you can collect money from 1 million, 10 million, 1 billion people at once without having to put in so much investment in terms of that facility, facilitating that exchange really shows the power of software, the distribution. But the challenge that we have, and this is, I think, from my experience working, at Chums, and from what I see in the tech landscape here in Kenya, is that that finding the right business model is hard. I think from our experience, we found that charging people like direct for accessing a service, like subscriptions don't do all that well. I know Spotify and Netflix, and there's a lot of subscriptions that are becoming more and more common, but for many things, people are very cost conscious, especially when it comes to software.
Yeah.
And so honestly, many companies are trying to find that that tightrope where you want to offer a service. Most of the time you're offering a freemium where it's free to join, and then once you're doing a transaction is when the company tries to get some of that value. But it's very hard because, in this case, we're looking at it from the point of view you're trying to service a noble cause. So we can't have. It's the same criticism that's thrown against like non-profits. A lot of the money you're receiving might be going to salaries or something, and so people feel like, if it's philanthropic in nature, then majority of it should be going to the cause. But Mjanga is a business; it needs to make money. So they trying to find that sweet spot where they can offer service that people are willing to use and still put the lights on, or make it an endeavor that's worthwhile for them. It's really hard.
Yeah, I mean, just the nature of our own payment stack in this country. It's extremely convoluted. Like there are so many basis points that we lose just moving money between different entities. So even when you think about it, just begin to break it down in your head. There's a mobile money aspect. There's a payment fee that will go to Safaricom. There's a payment fee that probably is going to involve like a bank payout or a bank deposit. There's a payment fee as well, some basis points that are going to be lost by Mjanga having to, as you said, and correctly so, like, compensate them for the service that they're giving, albeit it's a matter of public interest, So like the traditional payment stack is at this point we're probably losing between, normally in Kenya, I think I'd say currently we're probably looking at between 100 to maybe 400 basis points, 1 to 4% give or take, normally in transaction value is usually lost just to move the money. And that's why I think we still need to keep, like for us guys who are involved in fintech, we still need to keep building in the space. We still need to keep optimizing. We still need to look for solutions where we're reducing the middleware, we're reducing the people who have to come in between for the settlement and the clearance aspect of these transactions to actually happen.
So would you say that I just want to also just touch
it's not free for them.
What are some of the reasons, the justifications for the transaction cost? I mean, of course, there's
one. I'd say I'm not in Mjanga, I'm probably not affiliated with them, so I don't know if I can speak for them, but just from an outsider's view looking in, I'd say the OPEX cost for Mjanga already there, inbuilt by the nature of the business they're having. Maybe they are not the ones holding custody of the funds. It's being held with the bank. There's a fee that will be applied in the bank transactions that are there. There'll be a fee that will be applied with Safaricom and the mobile money provider, because Safaricom also, we all know, has a transaction rate that they have to levy on every payout. And then you have to think about, I guess, the scale of this payout. For instance, it's 30 million, and I know they were paying to hospitals, and these are bills like 150,000, often exceeding like the limits for that M-Pesa wallets can hold. So they're probably like some ad hoc payments that involve banking rails, and those are usually again more expensive, because if it's Momo to bank, there's already like some interchange fees that will have to go in between. So like I really can't fault them. I just know it's like the current nature of the payment stack as it is. I think what I'd be more curious about, especially for Mjanga, is the way they have like extreme transparency with inflows of cash. Like, and it's similar to GoFundMe. We need to have some semblance of the same in outflows, like in real time. I think that's hard work to do, but as the money came in, especially for matters of such public interest, the accountability for it, while you can say, I'll come back and give you audited statements after a month, it's not satisfactory. Because if I can see real-time transactions coming in, I want to see the transactions going out. I want to see, 150,000 plus fees went out to KNH. And that's it's possible to do. I mean, blockchains do this, but I don't know. That's a different conversation for another day. But still, we can get that level of accountability as well in outflows. And I think that will make for a really cool product. But
I mean, kudos to them for the software as well, not breaking.
It's at their discretion to decide, being a private business. But I think you want to disclose at the end of the day, you're the one who has a product, you put it out, people will decide whether, and if they don't like how you're operating, the beauty of business is that someone else can be more transparent.
So I can come today and build an Mjanga that's transparent in and out. But I mean,
in terms of accountability, just to mention that the lovely Hanifa, her username on Twitter, Hanifa Safi has actually been giving regular updates in terms of accounting for how the funds were being used. So far we're seeing that, there was a bit of rest when, she gives these updates. So we've not really had anyone complaining that, my money didn't really go here. But you never really know when it comes to charity and things like this. You just have to hope for the best.
It's a difficult position to be in.
Difficult position to be in, and on this podcast we do have soft spot for fintechs, so we're really and payments. So we're hoping that we are able to create solutions that can at least have the customer have more ease when it comes to making transactions.